Welcome back, students, and welcome to Be Proficient in English with Binus University, topic number 7. Today, we are going to talk about an argumentative writing, or how to produce an argumentative writing. The objective of today's topic is for you to be able to modify a short paragraph later on independently by yourself. And I hope that this short session or this short video will be able to give you a better understanding of what to do when you want to produce an argument in the form of writing. Okay, let's get started. My question to you before we actually begin is, when can we disagree with people? Can we disagree with people on everything? Well, there are some things that are worth disagreeing, and there are some things that are not worth disagreeing, of course. But in your family, you perhaps argue with your family members on a daily basis for some simple stuffs. But there are people who are not really comfortable having a verbal confrontation. Perhaps I'm one of them. Perhaps you're one of them. And for these people, the written media, perhaps, is a solution. So that's why a lot of people in the social media are very active in arguing about their thoughts, about their ideas, on a certain topic. Now, this topic today is going to teach you on how to write an argument and how to get your message across efficiently and also in a proper manner. You can put this in the academic or non-academic context. Before we begin, let's focus on words that you can use when you are trying to make a case or trying to present your argument. So these are some of the adjectives and adverbs that we encourage you to use when you want to make other people follow you. Because that's what argumentative writing is about, right? You want other people to believe you, to follow what you're thinking about a certain issue. So there are some adverbs that you can use. For example, if you are pretty sure, if you are very sure that something is highly related, you can say this is completely, a good movie compared to the previous movie produced by director X, for example, if you are very sure. Or perhaps you can say this is a very significant contribution of scientist B to the academia, if you are coming from the academic background. What about if you're not very sure? It's not 100%. You can say something like substantially, to a large extent, knowing that perhaps you're getting there. You are almost 100% sure, but you are not very sure yet. So you can say something like that. Now you can read the order, but if my suggestion is, if you are not sure, if you would like to say something irrelevant, don't make an argument. Instead, you can make the expression of no significance, with 0% certainty to counter people's argument. So you can say your argument is irrelevant to my previous statement before. Or your argument is, I don't like the word useless, but you can say it if you have to, Or your argument is inconsequential to the argument that I was trying to build. So I think these are some ways, some of the words or phrases, vocabulary that you can use when you want to argue with other people in terms of verbal or non-verbal, right? In terms of oral, in terms of speaking, or in terms of writing. There are some words that we identify as transition words. What are those words? Those are the words that you use to connect one idea with another, one sentence with another, right? One paragraph with another. For example, if you are telling a story, one day I was going to school by bus. Before long, there was a man sitting next to me. So that can be a good time transitions when you would like to try to build your argument by using a story. Or perhaps if you want to use place transitions instead, you can say, I was sitting at the lake when somebody approached me and offered me a scholarship in one country, for example. Also, you can use idea transitions. If you have A, B, C as the idea, you can say, along with A, I have another idea. For example, also a good way to actually develop your idea. Yeah. And lastly, you can use some of these words in order to summarize your points. You know, blah, 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 finally. As you can see, or to sum it all, I would like to say that abortion is something, something. All right? Okay, so those are the words that you can use to, the first one was to ensure your level of confidence in your argument. And number two, the slide you are looking at is to express, to use it to transition between one word to another. Okay? Now, let's move on with the structure of an argumentative piece of writing. The first one is what we call claim or a thesis, something that you must have when you produce a piece of writing. When you would like to argue in writing, people need to know what your position is. What is your claim? If you believe that school uniform is not very important, this is something you can say. School uniform curbs students' fashions, expressions. Right? If this is an idea that you would like to counter against, and your opinion is clear here, yeah, people know that, hey, okay, so you are going to go against school uniform once you have it. And you should have it there so people will know, your readers, people you are talking to will know that this is your position. What about supporting argument? What is that? Supporting arguments are the facts, that the evidence that you have to actually back your statement or your thesis or your claim. So you say that, you can say something like, studies found that students become more creative when they are not curbed from expressing themselves. So this is something, of course, that you need to elaborate. When you say studies found, you need to cite your sources. And that can be a good evidence. It's not me who's saying it. I'm not the only one who's saying it. A lot of other experts are saying it. The professors are saying it. The psychologists are saying the same thing about the issue, and they agree with me. Right? So that is the second step. The third step is to provide counter-argument. Right? It means that you need to identify the opposing idea with you. Yeah? For example, so you know that you know your position, right? So you are against school uniform, and then you know that people who are opposing you would say that school uniforms make everyone equal. Now, the arts of writing an argumentative piece is you need to then refute or rebut this opinion. You need to make this opinion weaker than you. By what? By not providing evidence for them, right? So you say you're against school uniform, but you have to provide evidence. But if you want to make other people's opinion weaker than you, don't provide the same evidence, at least, yeah? Okay, right. So those are the vocabulary and the structure, yeah, that you can follow when you want to write an argumentative piece. Remember these three, and then also with the act of refutation, and then you will not get lost. Okay. Next, we have the structure of the argumentative piece of writing. Well, normally we have the introduction, and in which you need to state your thesis, your claim there. Usually it's by the end of the first paragraph, and then you have to have the body in which you provide topic sentences, the main idea for each paragraph, yeah, and then supporting details need to be there as well as the conclusion that wrap up, the whole idea, that strengthen your case, that, this is where you restate the thesis and your position. But there is also another way of, of structuring your writing, yeah, your paragraph, your essay. Yeah, the option number 1, as you can see, this was option number 1, but you have also option number 2. You can start with a story. So you can, if you would like to argue about the importance of having or using public transportation, then you can say a narrative story, your own personal experience by using public transportation. Yeah, and then also option number 3, something that is not presented by the thesis. The difference between option 2 and option 3 is that only at that level. Okay, so these are just the first, the second, and the third are just the variations on how you structure your argumentative writing. Let's analyze a paragraph. Yeah, so you see here on the first sentence, yeah, you can easily identify. Some people, let me read this for you. Some people believe that cell phones distract students in class and teachers can't control what they are working on. Yeah, so you can see from here that the author was stating the counter argument, right? So this is important. Yeah, so you have your thesis in the beginning, you have your data supporting evidence, in the bodies, but before you actually close up, yeah, you need to then identify the counter argument, the opposing ideas. And then what you can do later on is you make a refutation, you rebut, you refute the other or the opposing ideas by saying, however, teachers can control the use of cell phones in some different ways. And then you can follow it up with supporting evidences. You can back up your refutation by using other research or by using people's research on the topic that you chose to argue. Okay, I hope today's topic has enlightened you in ways that you can do in order to express your thoughts argumentatively on a certain topic. I'll see you in the next topic. Thank you.